The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening and welcome to the Shadows and Stardust podcast. I am your host, Andrea Jane, and today we have a very special guest, one of my dear friends and lead light worker on Dark Mirror Paranormal, master Reiki healer, and she just does so much more. I'm going to let her introduce herself here. Welcome, Melody Larson.
Good evening. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so happy to have you on my official new podcast. And you've done so much and grown so much this past year. I've lost track of all the things you do. So I'm going to let you tell everybody what it is that you're doing, you're into, and what your specialties are.
Well, first and foremost, I'm super excited to be here and to share in this moment with you. It's beautiful. But thank you so much. So I am an energy healer, a Reiki master. Ray stands for universal and K stands for the life force. So I'm basically just an all natural energy healer. I am certified in basic Usui Reiki, which is how everybody kind of gets their start on things. I am also master certified in Shambhala Reiki, which kind of helps me connect to the ancestors and really kind of hone in my clairvoyance when I have people on my table. Clairvoyance isn't something I do all the time. It usually just comes through in readings and when I'm doing my Reiki. And then I am also Karuna Kai certified, which is a heart-centered Reiki. I tell everybody it sounds corny, but I am love. I'm meant to teach love, to give love, to be love. I also do tarot and oracle readings here or there. I've made appearances at places such as Puggy's Antique Shop, the Dragon's Lair in Leominster, Massachusetts, and recently the Soul and Shadow Tea Emporium here in Keene, New Hampshire. So that's
I love that
exciting
for you. I remember you telling me about the Shadow and Tea Emporium and how excited you were about just recommending that. And now you're there and you're offering services with them. Like, that's so cool.
It is. It's super wonderful. I've really, really enjoyed my time. I will actually be there again on June 1st and on June 15th from 12 to 5, offering card readings if anybody wants to pop in and say hello to me. Other than that, I've also been working on some apothecary items within my little shop that I have, or my little office, really. And just
I
some
love that
wonderful
too.
things. Yeah.
I
So
saw that, and I'm totally aligned with you on that. And I'm wicked impressed with you doing all of this. And just for our listeners, because that was a whole lot. Melody is located in southern New Hampshire. So if you're in New England, Vermont, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, she is in Keene. So if you are listening in and you're connecting with Melody and you want to get on her table like I do, and I'm going to eventually, I'm going to tell you right now, she's amazing at what she does. Although I haven't been on her table, I have witnessed her in action, and she has also led a ceremonial service for the passing of my brother, and she did amazing. And that wasn't even a list of her services, but she showed up, and I'm telling you, she's just so gifted at what she does. So if you're ever visiting this New England area, you need to go find her. And I'm so impressed with you getting out there. Like, you're booking all of these different venues, and what's that like? How has that been for you?
it's been a lot. But it's so exciting. It's so wonderful to be able to have such a broad spectrum to be able to work with within my community. I'm also going to be hooking up with a hypnotherapist at Soul Integrated Hypnosis on the 15th, the evening of, doing a shadow journaling workshop with Jenny Archer. She's very well known in our area. She used to own Gaia's Blessings that was in Peterborough before she allowed it to switch hands, to follow her life's true passion. So it's been really, really wonderful to be able to connect with my community, connect with others around me, and even make connections out where I was born and raised in Massachusetts.
That's really cool. Are you going to train to offer hypnotherapy as well?
So I'm not going to train to do hypnotherapy just because it's not really within my realm, but I will be offering workshops with her where she's going to hypnotize people and kind of bring them under to work on their soul's journey. And then once they come out of their hypnosis, I'm going to help them journal it out. We're doing a shadow journaling workshop together. So we're working on that collaboration. The only thing I will potentially be teaching is I am working on putting together my own Reiki courses for people who are interested in getting certified as I did.
That's really cool. I think that's a great idea too. You've come so far in the last 12 months. I remember when I first met you and we were discussing all the things that you have certified in and you've done. And I think along with all of these specialty spiritual work that you've learned, I think you're a great inspiration for other people that are doing spiritual work to take the leap and just do the damn thing, because you hesitated a little bit, but once you did, you flew and you've just taken off, and I'm just really proud of you for it.
I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, at some point you got to do the thing. And I appreciate everybody who's always been there to back me. One of the biggest things I tell everybody is to get yourself a team. Get yourself a team of people who are going to
Yeah.
have your back no matter what.
Yeah, you need the right environment and the proper influences in order to go in the right direction. With, you don't want to have somebody discouraging you and becoming an obstacle. But so tell me about the mediumship work that you've been doing. Have you been able to work with that, with everything else that you've got going on? Or
I have, but like not quite as much as some others around me. I will never be that person that I'm going to be able to get a group of people together and be like, oh, I have a message for you and I have a message for you. I'm never going to be that person, but I am able to facilitate messages while people are on my table. It just kind of comes naturally, whether it be from ancestors or whether it just be in general. Sometimes I'll get pictures. For instance, I'll get a picture of a wolf if somebody is trying to accomplish too much and they're trying to push, and they need to just like slow down and take a breath and like figure out one thing at a time, not trying to do all this stuff all at once. Or once in a while, I'll get flashes from grandparents or something, just letting you know that they're there. It just kind of depends on the situation and the current environment.
yeah, so working with the aspect of touch kind of puts you in tune, which makes sense. A lot of people um, receive that when you're an energy worker. I'm guessing it makes it even more so easy for you to receive those messages and energy when you actually have the hands-on experience.
Absolutely. And it also comes through in my tarot readings, once in a while, or when I really open myself up, as when we go out on our investigations as well.
Right. So what's that like? How do you get what's your strategy? Like, how do you set up? How do you get ready to get into that type of energy and environment, kind of walking into the unknown?
So I have to take some time in meditation. I have to be really, really quiet, really, really still. Also very hydrated. Hydration matters a lot
Yeah.
because when my body's like dry, I just can't. It's just one of my faux pas. Um, but I have to have some quiet time to really hone in on the property and really hone in on the spirits of just the specific area to let me know what it is I'm looking for.
Yeah. You have a lot of focus and patience. It's actually um, a great a great addition to be working with me on my team because I'm just the opposite. I don't have a lot of patience, and I also am it's a lot of fire energy that I carry, so it's very instantaneous and sporadic for me. So it's checks and balances out for you know, us together being in that situation. And I hope that we're able to get some actual bookings in New England. Hint, hint, for anybody who's listening. We would love to have some local investigations. I feel like even since I started out solo, everything that I've had my ears and eyes on has been far away and virtual. So I love doing that, but I hope that we can all get together and help some people in our community um, coming this fall. I know you're booked this summer.
Absolutely.
You're so
Absolutely.
busy.
I am. I kind of have my hands in a little bit of everything. For people who don't know, I'm also a mom of a little one who's, still growing, and we're going through the growing pains of life together. That's a beautiful thing, but it can also be trying sometimes, of course, like any parent. I
Yeah,
also am a personal nanny. I only take on certain clients though, so I travel for a couple of different families over the border to the north and also to the border just south of me. So I have a couple of families that I work with for that. And then I also I'm a hobbyist and I crochet on the side as well, along with running my business. So it's kind of been a lot, but it's funny that you mentioned because our other teammate, Mr. Wolf, was just on the Paranormal Zone podcast on YouTube, and he was explaining how our team has really facilitated being almost like the yellow pages of the paranormal world, how we like to have people call us because no matter where they have activity, we can bring them to a team and facilitate that. And the
yeah,
hosts on that show really loved that and loved they were so caring that we're very, very open to doing that. But even he said it would be so great if we could actually get together sometime soon because with COVID and lives of all of our own, we've kind of had a hard time being able to get together in those investigations. So we'd love to do that.
yeah. I'm all about it, and I'm so glad to hear that though too. I feel like each time we're on the air and we talk about essentially, having the network and connecting with these teams all around the nation opens the door for those people to connect with us because I mean, I have the majority of people that I have talked to have been great, but I've also had some people that I wouldn't recommend. And, you know, that's the important part of what we're doing is making sure if we get a call for somebody out in California and they need help, we're in New England. And unless if Melody wants to hop into a plane and take a trip to LA, because I ain't going on no plane. Girl, don't go on a plane. Anyways,
No.
it'd be a long road trip.
Yeah.
um, but having the network and the connections and just for the viewers to understand, we created an online um, just community in 2020, 2021 of just people all over the world who do spiritual work and not just paranormal teams, but people like Melody who is Reiki masters and energy workers and light healers because when it comes down to it, and we're dealing with paranormal activity, the first thing we have to do is figure out what's going on. And you can go bring all the equipment and detectors and thermal radars all you want, but it's not going to really diagnose the situation. So being able to tap in and understand what we're dealing with on an energetic level brings the, just a whole different light to this type of paranormal work. And to be quite honest, the feedback that we got about having this type of structured team has been just so amazing. And it isn't just me. Like I said, I mean, Mel, and both of you and Wolf, you are a great part of that. I mean,
Exactly. We were kind of explaining how when I walk in, I'm the one who I feel out the energies, and I kind of try to let people know what it is that we're dealing with. I'm the original feeler with the fingertips all around us. So I can say, okay, well, you're hearing noises in the house and cabinets slamming, and you think it's like something evil. No, it's just your uncle trying to be like, hey, pay attention to me. Or I can say, you know what, this isn't necessarily supernatural so much as it is poltergeist energy, which is when you go in and you're negative and I go in, I'm negative and the kids are negative, and it's just the house is feeding off of that natural energy, and it's creating something within the house, and how we can help with blessings and clear that out. Or if it is indeed something negative, that's when I kind of take a back seat and you guys kind of come in with your shadow workings, because you've got the fire energy and Wolf is a very calm but very dominant kind of presence. So that's when you guys are able to kind of circle around me and kind of take over. And that's when I just kind of back up and, support you guys as much as I can. So it's great that we're able to have those kind of feelers. We don't even have to go in with the equipment to be able to know, okay, this is what we're dealing with because of my light work energy workings.
right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Wolf's just, he'd be scary just being Wolf if needed. But, and, you know, I really love the way that the three of us fell into place. I actually, when we're ready, I do have somebody who is a professional videographer in our area. So we have somebody to join us if we find somewhere interesting to hit up. So just wanted to let you know that too. And everybody else that's listening, I mean, if you listen to this podcast and you have ideas of places, now just for reference, like we're not gonna go into a cemetery and just go disturb the peace. That isn't the idea. But if there's any historical type places that have some relevance, and that we can actually do some good and help, that is something we would be interested in. So yeah.
Absolutely. I love that so much for our team. So one of the great things about the Reiki training that I have is if there is a spirit in need, that's when I can go ahead and I can help them cross over. And or if we're working with poltergeist energy, we all three of us have the knowledge and the bases as far as herbs are concerned. You have herbal training. I don't know if you want to share that with everybody, but you have a lot of training. I've been doing some dabbling, and we all have our different ways how we can go in and cleanse the house. So
Okay.
it makes it a really secure location to cleanse it of any negative energies. But we're not that team that are going to go in and rile things up. We're more there to be caring and open and to hear what the spirits in the area need.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, plant magic for sure. Plant magic within for healing, and plant magic, for just that purpose. There's there's a lot of different ways to kind of clear energy too. Even without plants. A lot of people, don't realize if you feel like you're having, some stagnant energy, or if you feel like something in your environment's off, you can literally just go and plug in your speakers and blast some of your music. Just that sound waves and energy can help clear out a space, cleaning your house, stuff like that. And it might sound basic or ridiculous, but you'd be surprised. Open the windows, spray some safe essential oils for your household. And I say that because you can't just spray anything around, your kids and your cats. Make sure it's safe for your house. And now that it's getting warm, at least where we're at, New England, it's spring, so our windows are open. And just doing that spring cleaning, literally, but spiritually as well, can really help kind of reset the energy. And matter of fact, it's a great time to do it right now. So I recommend it for sure, even if you're not celebrating pagan holidays or whatnot. It really it doesn't matter where the moon phase is. It's just you and your energy and what you want to bring. These things help, but
Exactly. I love to take the kids. Miss Mel is always the crazy one in the neighborhood, but I always get my little kiddos together. One of them has a little spray bottle with salt water in it that I've previously, it could be like water I set out by the moon for intentions, or it could just be something I put together with Himalayan sea salt that I've kind of done a little chant over. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I'll have one kid with a spray bottle. I'll have another one with the little drum. I'll have one with bells, and we'll just go around the property and have a good time and march in a line and have fun with it. And that's kind of how we clear out some of the stagnant energy. And that's a way to include the kids and make it fun for them. We have a little parade around the house, and it's a great time.
yeah, I love that idea. That's really cool. We have taken the salt water cleanse to the next level. We went to the ocean last week.
Oh,
It
nice.
was cold.
I bet.
I'm really hoping that I burned at least 15 pounds. That's what the internet says. Cold water takes your weight away. So we'll see. I still don't see it, but anyways, yeah, it was freezing.
I bet.
Yeah, it was good though.
Another way to clear your energies too, if you feel like it's more you, we could work on chakra work as well. I can do that either on my Reiki table, or you can do things such as breath work to clear out some of your own personal energy, because clearing your own personal energy is super important, along with clearing the energy of your home.
Yeah.
And creating that safe space. You also want to make sure you're clearing your energies as well. And working with your chakras is a really great way to do that.
You know what I noticed too? Sometimes some people are out of energy, and because they feel just wasted and no energy, they think it's negative energy bringing them down. Before you write yourself off on I've got negative energy in the house or anything like that, go try to recharge yourself. Go sit in the sun. You might just need some energy for yourself, some vitamin D. You might need to just recharge.
Absolutely. We're made up of 50 trillion cells. I mean, we've all got to connect to the universe and every living thing within it.
Yeah, all around. Don't get me started on the food. I think
Exactly.
everybody's starting to see, the internet's making sure you see now. Be very careful of the things that you put into your body, the water you're drinking, the foods that you're eating. It's all relevant because it all starts from the inside. It all starts in your gut, right?
Absolutely.
So that's a whole nother thing. So, anyways, that would take like a 4-hour podcast. So let's get off of that subject. Go do your research. If you're just hearing that and you're like, what? You need to get online and do your research right now because it's very important. Have fun down that rabbit hole, but it's going to change your life.
Absolutely.
So, what are your plans now? What are your plans for the rest of this month and coming up into June already?
So the rest of this month, I'm kind of just rolling with the last bit of the flow, kind of allowing my appointments to roll themselves out, tie up any loose ends. Going into June, I have my kiddos' big 8th grade graduation. So I'm working with the school. I'm on the parent board to work
Oh,
on some projects for that.
congratulations.
Thanks. But I will also, as of June 1st, I'll be at Soul and Shadow Emporium along with the 15th from 12 to 5. I will also on the 15th be at Soul Integrated Hypnotherapy doing the shadow journaling workshop at 7 o'clock. On Thursdays, I will be at Puggy's Antique Shop from 11:30 to 2:30 doing readings. It's not always a busy time. That's when most people are at work, but that's all right. It gives me a chance to kind of hang out and deal with some energies there, which is super fun. I get to hang around all the antiques that have stories and backgrounds and beautiful messages of their own. So that's always a really good time. Other than that, I'm also booking out for anybody who is interested tarot parties. I know a lot of people are having barbecues and stuff, getting ready to go into, the celebration season. So I'm available to do reading parties or Reiki gatherings. I try not to do more than 3 people in a day, though, just because my natural energy ends up spent pretty fast on that. So, yeah, anybody can reach out to me at any point in time.
Post your events up. Her page. What's your page on Facebook? How do people find you?
So you can find me under Melody's Reiki Healing on Facebook and on Instagram and TikTok, all of those. And I think there's also a Twitter account for Melody's Reiki Healing. I do offer daily card readings to the best of my ability, Monday through Friday, but you can also message me on any one of those platforms. I do have a website, but it's kind of in transition right now. It's kind of hard to reach me through the website, but if you send me an email, I can then go ahead and respond to you. I'm having issues with the booking system on that though right now. Technology, it's not my friend.
It's okay. Well, hey, at least people know they can find you on Facebook or TikTok, and really kind of that's where everybody is, fortunately and unfortunately. But it's going to be a great year for you. I really feel that for you. And just a heads up, the events you have coming up that you just listed off, are those all in Keene?
Yes, they are. As of right now, I don't have anything outside of Keene, but that doesn't mean I'm not open to opportunities. If somebody has a shop or if anybody knows of any psychic fairs that they kind of want me to hop in on, I would be more than happy to take a look and see if it's going to be worth my time. Just do keep in mind, I am part of the Dark Mirror Paranormal team, so I have to clear it with my team. And I'm also a mom, so sometimes I have other obligations as well. But I'm always open. Everybody's willing, they can reach out to me and, see where it goes from there.
Once Wolf's off hiatus, we're gonna get booking. I mean, it might be time, but I actually have 2 places in mind for the end of the year. So remind me about hitting you up about that after you get some rest. I really appreciate you taking the time tonight to join me on my new podcast. I really do. Thank you. It's a nice icebreaker to have a good friend do a podcast with me. I hope everybody that's listened in has enjoyed this. If you ever have any questions, always feel free to reach out. And I want to just say thank you again, Melody. You have been an awesome guest. We have so much to talk about. We can do like 20 more of these. And I look forward to having you back, whenever you find some time. Maybe the 3 of us can get together and have a nice little chat on a podcast. And I think that that would be a nice refresh to get us all back to the drawing board, if you will.
I think that would be awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It's really meant a lot to me to be here with you.
Thank you. And I hope everybody that has listened in has a wonderful evening as well. Thank you for joining us on this Wicked Wednesday. Stay spooky, and we'll haunt you later.